Hello, it's Sally here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. And today I'm going to be working on my What is Slow Stitch project. So we'll just run through. We've done the running stitch. That's now sewn down. I just put, when we were working on letters last week, I put down my initials. I thought that looked quite good, so I thought I'll put my initials on there. So I've done that one. Just checking there. I've got no alts in there at the moment, so I've got nothing stored in there, so I haven't got anything to use up. I did use a little bit up on, I've put all of my words on now. Just done those, the buttonhole, the pinwheel, we did the honeycomb the other week, and we did backstitch last week with letters and words. So that's all done, and we're on to our next page. I'm going to do 2 pages again this week. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to do a collage, but I also want to use couching stitch in my collage, and we haven't done couching stitch yet, so I thought, okay, we'll do 2 C's together. So we're going to do some couching, and then we're going to do a collage as well using the couching stitch. So this is my next page. In fact, I've got all my materials out for my collage, so I'm just going to pop those to one side because we won't need those just yet. We're just going to concentrate on one page and do a little bit of couching. Now, couching is when you've got a usually thicker strand of thread, i.e. wool or fabric or something, and you want to attach it to your fabric by stitching over it, and that is couching. So I have just grabbed a selection of wools here. I've gone for a straight plain wool, and this one here has got a little bit of texture in it. This one's from my friend Christy in Australia. She actually spun this wool herself, so there's that. And then I've got this here. This has just come in a pack of other threads that I bought, and it's got a little bump every so often, so I thought, well, that'd be quite interesting to do. So I'm just going to grab the end and scissors. I'm just going to snip that bit off because that's a bit frayed, and then just cut it to the length of my page, roughly, just like that. So that's that one. A bit of Christy's wool and a bit of this plain wool. This is just, I think it's just tapestry wool, this one. You can get knitting wool, any wool, doesn't matter. So we're going to be couching those down. So you can use the same colour thread so that you don't see your couching stitches, or you can use a contrasting thread that so you can see your stitches. So that's what I'm going to do, so I can see my stitches. And I'm going to, what colour am I going to do? I've got this one here. I'll just grab this. Kind of goes quite nicely with all of those colours, actually. So I'm just going to take the 6 strands there. I don't want all 6 strands, so I'm just going to take 2 out and use 2. So that's 1, 2. And then just thread up my needle. And knot. Okay, so I'm going to take those 2 off. Oops. I think I've got a little bit of ribbon there. I might do a bit of ribbon as well. Okay, so that's what we want to couch down. Doesn't matter where you start. I'm going to start here. So what you're doing is just stitch over the top. Might just need to hold it with your finger just to catch it down. And then what you're going to do is just go over the top. Now if you want a straight line, you can draw your line. where's my, oh, here. And my ruler, it's just here. So you can draw your line. And then this is a heat erasable pen, so I can iron it off. So just that for a guide. You don't have to though, if you don't want to, if you don't mind going a little bit wonky, it doesn't matter at all. For the purposes of practicing, it doesn't really matter. So all you're doing is going over the top. And that's just what it looks like. It's just like your straight stitch, really. Just be gentle with it, don't pull it too hard. You might just need to keep. And you can do your stitches as close or as wide apart as you want them. I wouldn't go too wide apart because your thread will probably come, your wool will probably come up. You want it to be secured down. Don't pull it too tight though, especially when you've got a larger width. You want to see the larger width, so just do gently. Whoops, what is this called? I'm just going to gently pull that a little bit because it just seems to have gone a little bit astray. And I don't think that's caught up at all. I think I'll just try and get one more. There we go. And there's your first bit couched down. Just go to the back and just do a little knot. Oops. There we go, and that's the first one done. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do some ribbon. So again, just go one side. Might be my daughter come home. My husband's just gone to get her. So I haven't got to stop the tape, stop the video. I've just pulled that out. I don't know whether it'll go back in or not. No, we'll leave it there. Doesn't matter. And go over. I'm just going to hold it in place this time. Okay, just over. I'm just doing the stab stitch, but what you can do, can actually work on the top as well, like we have been doing, like I've been showing you on some of the other stitches. So if you're getting a little bit more confident, what you can do is you can go over and up, and over to this side and up. Over to this side and up, and do it that way as well. Whatever you're comfortable with. Like that, nearly at the bottom. Yeah. Just knock that off. Okay, so that's a piece of ribbon couched down. Okay, let's go back to the walls. There's Christy's wool. Let's do Christy's wool. And okay, I've got this thread here. This is just a sewing cotton, but it is a contrasting colour. Just doing one strand because it's only a thin piece of wool. So again, up and over just to catch it, and then we can start again. Just going to turn it that way. Because this is a straight piece, you can kind of, like, these ones are quite spaced apart, well spaced apart, but you can go smaller if you want, just to see how the effect looks on that. And go tiny-ish. I've got one more I think I can do. I'll just tie that one off. I've got caught up somewhere. I've got a twist in my thread somewhere. That's it. Okay. So that's that one. Now what we can do is, I'm just going to change threads again, put that one over there, and I'm going to use, I've got this peachy one. I don't know how, I'm just going to change that actually because I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. What else have we got? I've got this grey. Let's do the grey. It's just a little bit thicker. Hopefully I'll still be able to get it through this needle. Nope. I'm going to go through. I'm just going to go and change my needle. do my chenille. I'll go through on that one there. No problem at all. Okay, so again, just one strand because it is a perlé and it's a thicker. I haven't got any details as to what it is. Okay, but we're going to do something a little bit different. Okay, so rather than just a straight across, we're going to do what we did here, a buttonhole stitch. Okay, so I'm going to start my stitch this at the bottom, just because this is easier for me to remember how to do buttonhole stitch this way. Not quite sure what I've done there. I've got a loop. Right, it's gone. Okay, so we're going to do a buttonhole stitch this time. So I'm going to go down here, up here, and then I'm going to go over my loop. So my loop goes, my thread goes through my loop, like that. And again, if you need to, draw a line. I'm going to use this one as kind of a guide, this one here. It's kind of a guide as to where I need to go now. So it's pretty straight. I've got a feeling I didn't. He's going through there. Okay. It's not gone through. It's because this little tail end is twisted. This bit here keeps curling up, and you can see it's not gone through. So I'm just going to loosen the thread and the stitch. It's got to go through here. Like that. Okay. Through. Just tricksy because because of that little kink in the thread. There, now we've gone past it, it's okay. Oh, we're nearly at the end. There we go, and that's the last one. And I'm just going to go over that stitch just to hold it in place. There we go. That's another one. Okay. Well, the kettle's just gone on if you're wondering what the noise is. Hopefully you can still hear everything. Right, okay, so what we can do now is we can get, we've got when you're sewing, you get lots of little bits like this, soft cuts of fabrics like this. Don't throw them away, they come in handy because you can do all kinds of things with them. We're going to couch with ours just to see what that looks like. So I'm taking a little bit of a length off that, and again I'm going to do the buttonhole stitch. I'm going to start here. Did I knock my thread? Yes, I have. I need to do. Okay. Just to start off, you just have to be a little bit gentle with it. Just place it where you need it to go. Okay. And again, I'm doing the buttonhole stitch again on this one because I think it looks really good. And it holds your fabric in place. Just try different things, just have a look round, see what scraps you've got. You can try different things to couch down. A couple more. If you find your thread is twisting up, just, I know you can't probably see that, but just dangle it down and it'll untwist itself. And just find it cooperates a little bit better when it's untwisted. Okay, just get that one in there. There we go, and then just going over to this side just to catch that stitch, and just going to knot it off at the back. Like that, and there we have some fabric couched down. Okay, I'm going to go back to wools. What wool I've got? Let me just have a quick look. What have I got in here? I've got these greens, quite nice. So let's have a little bit of green. Oh, I've gone and pulled it from the wrong end, I think. That's it. Yes. Okay. That's probably too long, actually. Still too long. Okay, and I am going to use another wool on top of it. So I'm just trying to find a wool that I might have already started to use, but I don't think I have, so I'll just pull one out of that. So this one is a tapestry wool. This one here, which one is that one there? I think it's still a tapestry wool, but I think it's a finer one. It's like a 4-ply, and I think that's a double. Oh dear me, I've gone and lost me. If I just, right, I'm just checking if I've lost my green wool. You can probably see it, but I can't see it anywhere. What have I done with that? Oh, it's there. It's going into my basket. Okay, so again, I use my chenille needle, so it's just a little bit thicker. Got a bigger eye, so it's easier to thread. Okay. But I'm going to use just one strand, and then what I'm going to do instead is cross stitch over it. Just to get it started, hold it down. And again, if you need to, draw your 4 dots to make a square, and then you know where you're going. But you don't have to be perfect at all. There you go, little cross. Put it straight and you can see the cross. That's probably a better one than that one is. That one's a little bit too small. So let me just get my pen and I'll show you how big I'm doing it. So I'm probably doing it something like that. And then we'll do another one here. Okay. Might be about right. Okay, so down there. Oh, there, sorry. Down that one. Up over here. And down that one. Like that. They're probably getting a little bit bigger, but it doesn't matter. To be honest, the bigger they look, the better with this. The wool can probably take it. Seem to be getting bigger as I'm going down. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but it doesn't matter. I think I may have just pulled a little bit too. Let's pull that. Make sure you don't pull them too tight. Yeah, they've definitely gone bigger, but to be honest, it doesn't look too bad actually, because they are graduating. So we'll leave them like that. Pop a knot in. There we go. So there's lots of different stitches you can use to couch down your fabrics or down your threads. Okay, so that's your practice piece. Now we're not doing all couching for this, but what I thought we'd do is do a little bit of a collagey picture. So I've just got some scrap threads. No, I haven't. Scrap fabrics that I've just picked out. They were literally what were on the top of my workbox. So, but I thought, well, I've got green, I've got a little bit of brown, blue, and I wanted some yellow as well. I wanted a flower, basically. Couldn't find a flower, so I've been using this fabric to put in some kits, and I just thought, oh well, this will be fine because all I want is a flower, basically. So I am just going to go to one of the corners and just try and find the nearest whole flower that I can find. So I suppose it's a choice of that or that, I think, unless there's any more on the edge. Let me just unroll it a little bit. It's a bit too big. I can't even find where I had that one in the first place. They were quite big actually. I quite like that one there. So I'm just going to chop that out of this wrapped up. Let's get that one out of the way. Push it over that. Oops. Right. Okay. So just a flower out of a piece of fabric and some scraps. Green for leaves, maybe a brown for the ground, and a blue for the sky, kind of thing. We're not going to be exact at all. So the first thing you need to do is cut out your flower, or fussy cut out your flower, that's what it's called. So all you're doing is cutting around your flower. You can cut as near to the edge, it depends what kind of fabric you've got, whether it frays. We're not going to be too worried about fraying. Because frayed edges are all a part of slow stitching anyway. Kind of embrace. All of the frayed bits. Okay, so there, got my flower that I'm going to use. I'm wanting a little bit of wool for couching. So I've got that wool there already out. I'm going to use that, and that's going to be for the stem. So it's going to be quite a small stem actually, because it's quite a big flower. But what I could do is I could do that and just have it like that, which I think I might do. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is couch down my stem. And I need, I suppose I could use that actually, that I've already got. I'm going to use that I've already got. And you need to choose which stitch you're going to couch it down in. For this, I'm just going to use a straight stitch. So just to get it started off. There we go. So what I want is, where's my pen gone? Kind of like that shape. But it doesn't have to be too precise. And then we'll try and use as many stitches as we've already learnt. And what's so good about this is you don't have to remember them all, because you can just refer back in your book and see how many stitches you can get on your page. So that's that, and it really is rough, you know, there's no real precision or anything like that. It's really just go as the mood takes you. Okay, and there's my flower. So I'm going to pop my flower on. Now I'm just going to applique. So we've already done applique because we've put some bits on already, attached some bits on already. So that's all I'm going to do. So the question is, do I do it in a complementary colour or a contrasting colour? So let's just audition a few. Got red, a bit too clashy. We've got gold. That. I'm just having a look for a yellow. I don't think I've got a yellow. Excuse me. I'm going to cough. What else have I got? Oh, look, I've got that. I've just realised. I could have put some of that on. That would have been good to couch on. Never mind. Right, I'm going to use that. It's like a peachy colour. I need that needle. I think I need my other needle, but I don't know where I've put it. It's not put it there. Okay, this is just one strand again. And again, what I'm going to do is just an overcast stitch or a straight stitch. That's all it is. I'm just going to go around all of the edges. In place. And before, I just had a thought, just before I do that, I want to put a little bit of sky in. Now, I have got some blue and white fabric here. Now, I don't want the whole thing sky, so all I'm going to do, and these have got stripes in as well, so it kind of, I don't know, it's kind of artistic license is depicting clouds across the sky, if you know what I mean, kind of thing. But I don't want the whole of the background blue, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to do a couple of patches here and there. Because the first patch is going under my flower, I need to put a piece under my flower. So what will happen is when I go around my flower, it will actually catch the sky as well. I may have to put some more stitches on the sky just to hold it down in the places this doesn't catch. But and it's not even, can you see how it's gone wonky? I'm happy with that. I don't mind that it's gone wonky. I think sometimes the wonkier the better. Just need to have a play around and just see where your ideas take you. I mean, you might not want to do a flower, you might want to do something else, which is fine. It's just that I've been using this fabric, cutting up this fabric already, and I thought, oh, that will be a good flower to use, so that's why I've used this. So it's just nice every so often just to keep going back to your stitches and just remembering how they go, especially that buttonhole stitch that I always forget how to start off. That's my one of my weaknesses. There is another one. Well, there's another couple actually that we'll get to, but I'm leaving them till later. Right, there we go. So we've got our flower on. So let's just have a look at the other colours that we've got in here. So I wanted another piece of sky just there, and then we've got that. Perhaps for a little garden colour. Oops. A little bit of colour in the garden. That would look quite nice, wouldn't it? So it's kind of like depicting garden. Then I want something for leaves, so I've got that as well. I want a little bit of that for the garden. Quite like that. So I've got these two greens actually for leaves. So let's, do you know what? I'm going to try and couch one. I might not be able to have two, there might not be enough room, but I've got this little offcut here. Again, it's just a scrap that usually you get pieces like this and you just chuck them away because what do you do with them? Well, you don't, you save them, and this is what you do with them. I'm just chopping off these little bits of thread. I'm not going to cut it yet, just because I'm just going to chop that. I'm not going to cut it because I don't know how long I'm going to need it, but it shouldn't be too long. But I'm going to do a leaf like that. I'm going to keep with the peach. I will probably need another piece at some stage. In fact, I'm going to put a new, that can go into my orts or use later. I'm going to stay with the peach, I think. Or let me just, no, I'm going to stay with this. And I'm going to buttonhole stitch this one on. Again, just practice. Start from where you feel comfortable, which for me is always this side. So I'm going to start here. If you need to, you can draw your shape of your leaf. You might not want to couch. You might, where's my pen again? You might not want to. Okay, something like that. Peach and the green look nice together. Don't worry if it twists, it doesn't matter. Okay, we're at a corner. I think I just need to go one more. It's just a smaller one though. Okay. And I'm coming round. So just the same as you have done already, but you're just changing your angle. You're going in a different direction, but it should, yeah, it's all fine. Just following that line. Oops, I'm not gone through the loop. so I'm nearly at the beginning again. So I'm just going to chop that off there. Got another one here. I'm going to try and get that. Right, I think that's about it. I'm just going to go and catch that stitch, okay, and knot it off in the back like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, I love that. So what we could do, let's get a green. Let's be a little bit realistic, shall we? Hopefully I've got a green. Have I got a green? Oh, I've got this wool here. I love this wool. You can see how much I love it by the amount I keep. Look at that, I even keep that little scrap. It is variegated, although there's not much colour change on this little bit, but it doesn't matter. I'm not too fussed. Can I get through my needle? Yeah. Okay, so do the vein of the leaf. So you think to yourself, right, what shall I do? What stitch shall I do? So we've got a running stitch we could do. What else could we do? Somewhere there must be a back stitch. Yeah, so we'll do the back stitch. So I'm going to start it here and just do a back stitch. And just up into that corner or into that little point. Just one more and we're done. Okay, so that's the back stitch done. There we go. I haven't, can you see on this, I haven't gone from there to there in a straight line. I don't know where my ruler's gone. Can you see? It's not in a straight line. I've kind of curved it a little bit, so I just think it gives a little bit more character. You know, just little things like that. So that's that done. Right, all those little bits that I had, I've lost. Right, there's my little flower garden, isn't it? Now that's actually got a, this was a, I think it was a curtain panel. So it's kind of got a hem on it, which I'm not going to use. I'm going to try and take it off. I always think ripped fabric, I don't know whether this is going to rip or not, but yes it is. I always think ripped fabric looks better than cut fabric. So thinking that there, and I'm going to use, I've got all these, I'm going to just use them up now. So we'll start with the goldy coloured one. And just use them all up. So we're going to do a running stitch. There, get rid of that. when you cut your fabric, it will fray a little bit, but then it'll stop at some point. So running stitch just across, or canvas stitch, because we're going to do it all across the fabric. So I've just come into this, the cream fabric rather than this, just to give it a little bit of an irregular look, which just makes it look a little bit more higgledy-piggledy. It just helps tie down the fabric a little bit more as well. I'm just going to another page, I think. Catching it down there. I'm just going to check that I'm not, it's alright, I thought I'd send them to another page. Which it can be easy to do. I thought I'd run out of this thread, but I haven't. It's a thread that keeps on going. Okay, that's that one done. Right, there's the sky, wasn't there? Where's that other little piece? There's my other little piece. Okay, I'll use the peachy colour. And we'll do some overcast stitch. I think I might do a few crosses with a cross stitch. So I think I'll just get round the edge just because of the raw edge on here. Like that, and then we will do some crosses. It's a bit of a wonky cross. Few more straight stitch. across, and a couple more straight stitches. That's that one. Do a few running stitches. Oops. So you don't need to, when you're depicting different things, you don't need to actually be that specific. You know, it's just depicting the sky. It's not actually looks anything like the sky. I know that, and you know, that's your little flower garden, but it doesn't really look like a flower garden, but it's kind of like just an impression of, that's all it is. Right, that is looking a bit plain for me, and I want to do something about it. So, that's right, I'm just looking for thread, something a bit lighter. Got that pink. I've got a white there, a whitish colour. No, let's go for the pink. I think I probably need my thicker needle. This is a pearl again. And I'm going to do the pinwheel, buttonhole pinwheel in the middle. So again, you can draw your circle, or you can just go for it. So you start at the outside, and then you're going to go into the middle. And you do your buttonhole stitch, and then you just go round in a circle. It doesn't matter if it's a bit of a wobbly circle at all, which mine definitely will be. Got a bit of thread there. So the light's starting to fade. It's getting a bit later here now. It's been a lovely sunny day today, but the light's just starting to fade. It's starting to look like a daffodil now, with the trumpet in the middle. It wasn't done on purpose. I think we're all waiting for the daffodils to come out here in the UK. It'll be a sign of spring. Won't be long now. We're nearly in Feb, aren't we? So let's go back into that last one, and then over there. Don't think that caught. Oops. Okay, so there there's our little collage. I could keep adding to it, but I'll leave it to that for today because I think we've probably gone on long enough. So couching, and then using couching, and also just a reminder of some of the other stitches that we've used. It's always nice to refresh your memory, and you know, keep using those stitches so that they become second nature. I'm finding now that you know, the buttonhole stitch is so much easier for me to start. I was struggling before, but every time I do it, it's getting a lot easier now. So just keep practicing those stitches and they will soon become second nature. Just keep practicing and experimenting with different stitches to, you know, actually couch your threads down as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. I do appreciate all your comments and love looking through all your pictures and everything, and I hope to see you again soon. So take care. Okay, bye bye.